Well, leaders with Phoenix Police and the city of Phoenix, they spoke right away. And the video, of course, gone viral, making national headlines as well. So setting up tonight's meeting, of course, to talk to some of the concerned citizens.
So the police chief, Jerry Williams, has not shied away from interview requests. As a matter of fact, she was on our air over the weekend, and then again last night on our air. And so in this day and age of social media, we are seeing more cities, companies, and celebrities coming out right away, kind of bringing out their stories. For Abbie Fink, who's the vice president and general manager of HMA Public Relations, is here. Thank you for being here. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Abbie.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thanks.
So again, we're not talking about any of the merits of this case or what the police did, but what they did after. How do you think the city and the police department are handling this?
Well, I think she's done exactly what she was supposed to do, the chief. You know, you got to get out in front of these kind of things. And in today's world with social media, everything's instantaneous, right? We don't have a chance to check facts. Information gets shared. And so for the chief to come out, acknowledge that the video is there, talk about what the investigation is going to look like is the absolute right thing to do. The mayor's statement and today's meeting, perfect. I mean,
really?
you've got to acknowledge that these happen. You can't ignore the fact that the video is out there. What we want to know, I think, is the truth behind it all. What occurred before, what occurred after. We have a snapshot is what all got posted publicly. And now we need to know what else went on around it.
I think which is difficult also to do if you look at it from the Phoenix Police Department's perspective. They can't release all the information just yet, right? The investigation is ongoing, so it's a little dicey. You got to come out. You have to approach the public, but what can you share and what can you not?
Right, and that's the difference in today's society, right? When an incident would occur, there would be an investigation. The police would do what they were supposed to do. All of the research would be done, and a case would be filed if that was appropriate, and it would go on, and we would read the results of all of that. Now we're getting information in advance of really any of the official authorities getting the chance to look at it.
Right.
And so it puts the onus back on us as viewers and be responsible for the information that we're gathering and not to make snap decisions about what we're seeing and really find resources from all different places. They have the news outlets that are sharing information. You can read about things on Facebook and Twitter. You can see things in the newspaper. But try to be a smart consumer about the news that you're seeing and really not make a judgment until we have all of the facts.
But when you have an emotional piece of video like this, it's so damning, isn't it? And we're not just talking police agencies, but let's say you have a grocery store worker who says something bad to somebody that's caught on video, or you have some other bad actor. When you see the videotape and see things like this happen, they get spread all over the place, and then you've got major damage control to do as a business or a police agency or whatever it is.
Well, and we're living in that society today, right, where everyone's walking around with their cell phones ready to take video. I mean, it's very difficult to make a mistake and not have it captured if you're in any sort of public setting. We're human. We make mistakes. We all have done and said things that we regret and wish that we didn't. We just might not have had them videotaped and shared out for the world. And what goes viral is that emotional stuff, right? It isn't, you know, there's so much other information that's out there and good things that are happening, and that doesn't necessarily make the viral video may not make the news, but we get to see
Sometimes it does.
It
The officer
does,
giving his shoes to the homeless guy. You know, we have those
we
sorts
have
of things.
hugs in the
Yeah.
stores,
Sure.
of course they do. And those are being captured, right? Some
Right.
of the consumers are capturing that video and sharing it. But I think, again, we have to be smart about what we're seeing, and it is a testament to the society that we're in today. Everything is instantaneous. We have the opportunity to share this information, and we just have to be smart and let the process take its place. And again, I think the chief and the mayor are doing the right thing by holding a public meeting this evening. They haven't shied away from the conversation. They've not ignored that the video is out there, but let them do what they need to do.
They're going to get, I would imagine, pretty beat up at this meeting tonight.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. But, you know, the chief has shown herself to be very calming in those situations and has been, I think, listens and pays attention to what's happening and let the investigation follow its course, and I think we'll see. And that family has the right to carry this through. That's certainly their prerogative. But I hope that we'll find, you know, that in the issue of how things are shared on social and how we're doing it, that we're smarter about it. We pay a little bit more attention, capture the before and the after, not just the initial incident.
Or portions of the middle.
Right.
It is kind of, when you think about it, really interesting how we asked, you know, Jerry Williams when she was in here about this, how social media really has an effect on how our first responders respond to scenes. Because we don't see all the video all the time, and then she has to respond to something right away, almost because of the state of public opinion and what people think about her initially.
Right, and you know, social media has been a very valued part of police work as well, right? They get the chance to share public information. They can talk about traffic. They can talk about the good things that they're doing in the community. So it has a lot of benefits as well. And there's policies in place on
Right.
how, as an individual, you use social media if you're representing an organization, whether it's the police department or anywhere else. But sure, any business now is left with this opportunity that we might have to defend or acknowledge something that went out of our control without having the benefit of the ability to make that
And it
initial
seems
thing.
like sometimes, Abbie, the second something goes wrong, they immediately fire that person and get back. And sometimes, in not all cases, I'll be thinking, well, did they get the whole story on it? They know exactly what happened. It's almost like immediate. We have terminated this person, you're gone. It just goes to show you that one little mistake over an entire career, you could wipe the whole thing out.
If you're not careful, it's true.
Yeah.
And that's where the human resources has to come in, where process and protocol has to come in. And really a good organization, any organization, gives that individual the opportunity to talk about what else happened and not let a viral video be the entire story.
Right.
And I think we all have to acknowledge that as well.
Abbie, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank
always
you.
good to
Nice
talk
to
with
see
you.
you,
Nice to see
Abbie.
you.
Yeah, take care.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for all the insight.